Holding space is about showing up authentically and creating safety in the moments that matter most. From parenting littles to navigating friendships and partnerships, I reframe tantrums, conflicts, and messy feelings as invitations to connection. I'm Julia Clark, a psychotherapist and play therapist with over 30 years of experience walking alongside children, families, and the people who care for them. Each episode explores the building blocks of emotional literacy, co-regulation, and boundaries, while honoring the intergenerational stories we carry within. Blending science with lived wisdom, I believe growth is playful, healing is possible, and we are all learning together. Hi, I'm Julia, and together we're holding space. In the last couple of episodes, we've been exploring the deeper layers of play, how symbols, repetition, and stories help us understand what children are carrying inside. Today, I want to take you on a little tour, not just of a physical room, but of the intentional zones within a play therapy space. Because while it may look like just toys, every item and every area in a playroom is there for a reason. Each zone is carefully chosen and thoughtfully pulled together to support emotional expression, regulation, and healing. And one of the most important things to know, every zone serves a purpose. And while the toys matter, the most important toy in the room is the therapist. As Lisa Dion, founder of Synergetic Play Therapy, teaches, it is the therapist's nervous system, attunement, and regulation that ultimately create the healing container. Let's walk together through what you might find in a play therapy space. The nurturing zone. This includes dolls, baby bottles, blankets, and caregiving props. In my rooms, this is also where you find the big and little ponies. Here, children explore connection, attachment, caregiving, and loss. It's where themes of protection, vulnerability, and love often show up. A child might rock a doll, wrap it in a blanket, or tuck it in carefully, reenacting nurturing moments, or seeking to process experiences of being cared for or not cared for. Sometimes the nurturing is gentle, other times it's strict, even harsh. Both are important windows into what the child has lived and what they're working through. Example: a child might feed a baby doll patiently week after week until one day they throw the bottle down and storm off. That shift tells us something has surfaced in their system. The real life zone. In this space, you'll see dress-up clothes, costumes, doctor's kits, phones, clipboards, tools that let kids step into real-world roles. They might play teacher, vet, or parent. This is where children experiment with power, identity, and everyday challenges. Sometimes they enact life as it is, like pretending to make dinner or sending a text on a toy phone. Other times, they play out how they wish it could be, like a parent who never yells, or a teacher who listens closely. And at home, you might notice this zone when your child insists on being the boss of a game, or when they pretend to be the parent while you play the child. These role reversals are powerful ways to test safety and competence. The expressive, creative zone. This includes art supplies, sand trays, musical instruments, and miniatures. In this space, feelings become visual, tactile, and symbolic. A crayon scribble might release frustration. A sand scene might tell a story they don't have words yet for. A drum beat might carry anger, excitement, or fear. It's less about the product and all about the process. What's coming up in their nervous system? What's moving through their hands, their play, their energy? Example: a child who struggles to speak about divorce may create two houses in the sand tray with a tiny figure standing in between. That image alone communicates volumes. The aggression and power zone. This is where children explore intensity. It includes foam swords, wild animals, action figures, punching pillows, guns or handcuffs, tools that help release pent-up energy in a safe, contained way. It's not about encouraging aggression, it's about making space for it, allowing it. Because if kids can express big feelings here, they don't have to act them out elsewhere. A child might stage a superhero battle every single week, or pit dinosaurs against each other in dramatic, crashing fights. This is not bad play. It's the nervous system working through power, fear, or survival energy, with a therapist staying steady and present alongside it. Example: one child smashed cars into each other every week. Over time, the crashes grew less chaotic, and new characters entered the story: a helper car, a rescuer. Healing was quietly happening beneath the roar of engines. The safe, quiet zone. Sometimes a child needs to build a fort, creating their own protective space with blankets and cushions. Other times they might climb to a higher ledge or loft, seeking the safety of a height advantage when the world feels overwhelming. This zone invites regulation, rest, and retreat, because healing doesn't always look active. Sometimes it looks like stillness. A child may simply curl up with a blanket in this space, rock back and forth, ask to read a book, or stare quietly at the toys around them. That too is therapeutic. It's the nervous system finding a moment of rest. And if you're a parent, you might notice this zone at home when your child disappears under the dining room table with a stuffed animal, or curls up under a blanket fort during a noisy family gathering. That's not avoidance, it's regulation in disguise. Why these zones matter? Each of these zones is intentionally created. Each one offers an emotional experience, a way for the child's inner world to come into the light. But again, what matters most isn't the toys, it's the relationship. It's the regulated presence of the therapist. As Lisa Dion teaches, we are the most important toy in the room. Our attunement, regulation, and presence are what make these zones safe for children to explore their feelings and experiences. And here's the neuroscience piece. When children move between these zones, they're also moving between different nervous system states: activation to expression to release and rest. The zones create a rhythm of regulation, a cycle of energy that allows healing to take root. Take a breath with me here. Inhale. Exhale. If you're a parent, notice what zones your child creates at home. The fort under the table, the repeated rescue missions, the drawings that tell stories. And if you're an adult listening, ask yourself, where do you go when you need comfort, release, or safety? Do you head to the gym, a power zone? Do you curl up with a blanket and tea, a safe, quiet zone? Do you doodle, cook, or write, a creative zone? These zones are not just for children. They're universal human ways of seeking balance. This has been part of our Holding Space series, where we look beneath the surface and honor the wisdom of how children play, heal, and grow. Next time, we'll step even deeper into one of these zones, sand tray therapy, where stories unfold beneath the surface. Thank you for being here and for holding space with me. If the content of this podcast really resonated with you and you'd like to go even deeper, I'd love to invite you to step into this work more fully. Beyond the podcast, there are many ways that we can connect: individual therapy for your child, parent coaching or support for yourself, and deeper I Am sessions that explore intergenerational patterns. Additionally, I also offer webinar workshops and weekend retreats for parents, classes, intensive trainings and supervision for therapists, and large group presentations for educators or school presentations. Each are designed to help us hold space for the next generation of children in safe, attuned, and meaningful ways. You can learn more and explore what fits best for you at clarity.family.